Hey guys, so we made it through another week. It's Friday, or at least you almost have made it through. So yay, it's the weekend. Not that we can do very much, but still, it hopefully is a time where you can find some rest, do some things you enjoy. It's supposed to be beautiful, so get outside. But today I wanted to ask you two questions. The first question, and sorry if you hear the lawnmower, I have like some quiet music, but then I've got lawnmower, construction, got it all, got a dog barking, so if you hear lots of noises, I'm really sorry. I'm just gonna go with it. But anyways, first question I want to ask you guys, what's important to you? And whether someone believes in Jesus or not, we all can answer this. So I challenge you right now, pause this video and make a list. Could be 2 things, could be 5 things, could be 10 things. I have 4 things. And I just challenge you to stop and write down what's important to you. So if you've done that, if you haven't, if you know already in your mind, whatever, I wanted to share mine with you. They all start with F, and I did not plan that. Like, I was writing down, and then I got done, and I was like, okay, that's weird. I really promise it's not intentional, but it's kind of cool. It helps me remember them. The first one is faith, in my relationship with Jesus. Family, and I put these in order. Faith, family, friends, and then for me, fitness. Those 4 things are kind of exactly very important to me, what I spend a lot of my time doing. But I guess my second question, we'll go to my second question now, is, are you living like those things are important to you? I feel like so many people, when they're on their deathbed or they have a couple weeks left to live, or even when they're 40 or 50 and they've looked back at their life, they always say, I wish I did. I wish I did that. I wish I could have done this. I wish I would have understood how important this was. I wish I would have spent more time with family, friends. I wish I would have said yes. I wish I would have said no. But my challenge is, why instead of I wish, why don't now we say I will? And why not do it now? So looking at my list specifically, and this doesn't even have to be, my number 1 is faith, and that doesn't have to look the same for you. My desire is that it is, but it doesn't have to be. We all are at different places, and we all have things that are important to us, and some more than others. So sorry, there was a neighbor, and I feel like it would be really awkward if he saw my phone and thought I was recording him. I don't know, because my phone is sitting right here. I should just keep going, but I feel really awkward. So, okay. Anyways, and I'm definitely not taking this out of the video. I think that's I like it. So, I'm gonna look back and see the face I made when I saw someone walking past me. It's gonna be good. Okay, now he's walking again. Okay, back to my list of what is important to me. Number 1 is my faith, and that doesn't have to be what's on your list first, but for me, for many years, I definitely I would tell people, yeah, faith is everything to me, but I did not live that way. And I still find myself not always doing that, putting things before my first most important thing in my life. I think what made me see that a little bit, and it's kind of in a weird way, was yesterday. So I got a new phone because mine was not charging, and literally I just paid it off. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Apple knows how to do that, I guess, really well. Paid it off this month, and then the next, literally 2 weeks after, stops working. Cool. Anyways, I got it last night, was setting it up, and me and my sister went for a run, and I almost dropped it. And I freaked out. And I honestly, I told Abigail, I was like, if this would have broke, I would have cried. And I sadly, I think that's true. If I would have dropped my phone and it would have cracked, because it was new, I just paid for it. But it just kind of hit me after I'd said that, and I processed it, and I was like, I don't know, my reaction and my response to a phone a materialistic thing was like a big deal. And granted, like, take care of it, like, don't just throw it because, you know, it's not on your list, it's not important. But like, what if I responded with such a big reaction to my faith? So I don't know, kind of a weird way, but that just hit me of like, what is important to you, Kendra? And is your faith really number one? And then, you know, number two is family. And right now it has been so easy I work and I go see my family because I really can't do anything else. And so when all this is done, will I still make time for my family? Will I still go? And not just my immediate family, but my grandma and my aunts and all my extended family, and making that a priority. If that's number two, that's what I should be doing. Friends, it's kind of the same thing with family. How much time am I spending with them and investing in their lives and just in building those relationships? And then working out. This has been a struggle for me because I have definitely made fitness at times and working out number one, without a doubt. And I've really tried to tell myself and go by this, Kendra, do not work out more than you've spent time with Jesus. So I do start my days, and that was kind of my next thing that I wanted to talk about was I have really tried to make faith number one. Every single morning I set my alarm an hour earlier to spend time with Jesus. And I am beyond, like, I go to bed like so excited. I'm like, okay, I need to go to bed early so I can wake up even earlier to watch sermons and do all the things that I want to do and have extra time to read this book. And so I have definitely started doing that and found myself putting my faith first, but there's times when I don't. And so I have challenged myself that if I don't do my devos, like, I don't want to work out until I do that. Just because those are my priorities. That's what's important to me. And so yeah, I have been reading a book. I just started it a couple weeks ago called Live by Sadie Robertson. If you haven't read it, read it. Super, super good. I haven't finished it yet, so what I have read has been amazing. But wanted to share a few things in her book that have just really stuck out with me. Honestly, I could read you the whole book because it's so good. But the first thing I wanted to share was just the definition of live. Remain alive. Be alive at a specified time. To make one's home in a particular place with a particular person. And have an exciting or fulfilling life. And then sorry, I have the pages marked that I need to go to. Something that it kind of goes back to like the phone situation or things that I go to fill desires or needs or wants or what make me excited. This was a good reminder. We try to satisfy ourselves through things that will leave us high and dry instead of simply filling our lives with the promises of God, which are guaranteed. That's been a big thing I've been asking myself, is if I get upset about something or something lets me down, like just reminding myself that that's not, I don't know why I have the expectation that that's going to fulfill me, that's going to make me happy for forever, because the only thing that can is God. And that's why I'm trying to soak up all of my time and devotion to him, because he's not going to let me down. He hasn't yet. So yeah, that was super encouraging. Loved that. Then page 46. So it was really cool. There's a chapter titled Lessons from 5 and 85. And it talks about Sadie knows a 5-year-old and an 85-year-old, and they both, through different conversations and just relationships, they've taught her the same thing. And so her point was kind of, whether you're 5 or 85, these are things that you can do. So the first one is live in the moment. The second one, surround yourself with laughter and the people you love, and your day will be a good one. The third one, let people know how happy you are to see them. You may just make their day. Number 4, see people for who they are, because we are all just humans. And number 5, surround yourself with cheerleaders, for they will cheer you on to be the best version of yourself. And these 5 things I love, because if you're reading this book and you're not a believer, like, you can do these things. They're not only believers can do it. This is everyone, and this is a way to live a full life and to do these things rather than do things that don't leave us satisfied and don't give us comfort and joy and even happiness. So page 57, almost done, was some questions that she asked you, and I just kind of wanted to ask you as well. What gives you life? What stir ups your passion and energy? What do you love so much that you forget to eat when you're doing it? What makes time fly for you? What would you do if you ever got paid to do it? Or if you never got paid to do it? Or if you had to pay someone to let you do it? That's what makes your heart sing. And then she encouraged you with, if you want to know how to really live, part of the answer is to find the song your heart wants to sing and sing it out with everything you have. So I just want to encourage you to continue to reflect on what's important to you. Look at that list. I encourage you to actually write it down and tape it somewhere where you can look at it every morning, whether that's on your mirror or on your door before you walk, before you leave. But in this time, just reflect on, this quarantine. We have all, I feel like, had some time to reflect and to think. And I think some things that have been taken away, we have realized we put too much value on, and things that were taken away, we didn't realize how valuable they really truly were. So yeah, I just encourage you to make a list and just what is important to you, live that way, and make each day count, because we are not guaranteed tomorrow. And so yeah, those were kind of my thoughts, and I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I look forward to talking to you next time.